It'll be 1 to go this time by. Coming to the green, buddy, coming to the green. Let's go get him. Go, 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 dig, 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 go, 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 go.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway.
We're now joined in the infield media center by today's winner of the Lennox Industrial Tools 301, driver the number 2 Miller Lite Dodge, Kurt Busch. Kurt, tell us about your run.
It was a good weekend for us, just working through some of our new test data that we put together from Milwaukee this week. Came with a different package. I felt like we were a bit more competitive. I made a joke in practice. We passed somebody. So it's been a long year of just trying to get Penske Racing back to form. We started off with a bang at Daytona, but we feel like we've got all the right people. I love Pat Tryson and all the crew guys right underneath him. I like all the guys back at the shop. We just can't quite put our finger on what we need, and so today was a good car for what we've been normally, and that put us in position to stretch our fuel a little bit. And when we could make it to the end, we pitted. We needed a few laps to help us, but we were going to be loaded for bear and ready to rock and roll if it came down to the end. And when everybody pitted with I don't know, 30 laps to go, when I was told you're in the lead and there's 26 laps to go, that's the most motivation a driver could ever ask for, because you want to hold it off and bring it home for your team. And so we were going to have our work cut out for us. I thought we could have held off some of the guys right behind us, and pitch strategy played out perfect. So it's all credit to Pat Tryson.
And we are indeed joined by today's winning crew chief, Pat Tryson. Tell us a little bit about that pitch strategy.
Well, I mean, the last couple times here, fuel strategy has been fairly important, and track position is important. So we're willing to give up a little bit of track position at that time. It put us within a couple laps of making it to the end, and we just needed one caution. And fortunately, we got that caution, and then obviously we got another caution, and everybody else came down pit road and left us up there. And the rain came sooner than we thought it would, but it all worked out.
We'll now open it up to questions from the media. Let us know if you have a question. State your name and affiliation. Questions, we'll start here, and then we'll go over there.
Jeff Gluck from NASCAR Scene. I've had a few races here lately where just people get the right cautions at the right time, or people just hit things right and it just plays in the strategy perfect, whether it's a gamble. And a lot of that, I guess, has to do with luck, or whether people believe it's luck. Do you believe in luck, racing luck, and do you do anything to change your luck? With circumstances you've had this year where things haven't gone right, do you do anything different, or anything like that?
I learned early on, before I even really made it up to the Cup level, that luck is definitely a player in racing. And I think Richard Childress defined luck the best. He says when preparation meets opportunity, that's luck. And we were prepared today, and the opportunity presented itself to pit when we did. And you have to have a fast enough car, a prepared car. And so things came into play for us. And a lot of cautions have been falling for guys like that this year. My little brother had a fast race car last weekend and won at the road course. Didn't see him all day, though, and he pops up right when he needs to. So it's something that's always been in the game. You got to have strategy. You have to have a fast car. And where we are in points, we've got our backs up against the wall. And so we gambled a little bit, and it paid off.
Claire B. Lang, XM. Pat, can you talk about what this will do for your team? It doesn't really matter how you win something or the weather. Your team needed this, and also how much you were watching the Doppler, how early today. I mean, we knew this was going to happen at some point today, probably about the time that it did.
Well, we were watching the weather a little bit, but that our strategy was to make it to the end. I think some other guys were counting on the rain getting here earlier than it did, and we were counting on it holding off. So, it means the world to us. We've, like I said, we've struggled a little bit this year, and it hasn't been as much fun as it was last year, obviously. But hopefully this will give us some momentum, put some more fun back in it, and hopefully we can score some more wins and still make it in the chase.
Kurt, Larry Mahoney, Bangor News. This is a notorious track position track. Today, sometimes teams do come from the back to win, but today the top three cars started 26th, 36th, and 30th. How often has that ever happened at a track like New Hampshire? Thank you.
Well, I think it's just everybody that was in the top 10 today. I don't know where Jimmy Johnson or Jeff Gordon ended up, but it was a flip-flop. The guys that were running about 10th through 18th flip-flopped themselves up into 1st through 8th. And that's what I could see from the race car. I don't know the exact numbers, but that was all due to the fuel strategy and with the pit stop with 75 laps to go. And I was surprised. My little brother pitted on that same caution as us and was faster than us, but he ended up pitting again. And so that just shows that you got to have a little bit of luck on your side as well.
Pat, it's Dave Caldwell from the New York Times. There was something hanging from the bottom of your car at the end. Could you explain what that was, and would that have been a problem had the race restarted?
It was a brake duct hose that we mounted on our trailing arm, and something must have come up and hit it, knocked it loose. But we knew what it was, and we weren't worried about it because it was attached well enough it wasn't going to fall off. And, you know, sometimes everything goes your way, and today's one of those days. But you know, we've been working real hard, so that helped too. Back to Joe.
Michael Waltrip came in here, and he kept correcting anybody that would say that the rain helped us because, you know, he said it was a fuel strategy race, basically. I mean, the rain shortened it, but it was a fuel strategy run. Do you want to add anything to that, first of all? And second of all, I think he believes that he could have caught you, obviously. Probably a lot of people in second place think that. But do you think you could have held him off?
Yeah, I felt like it was going to be a great duel down to the end with everybody on old tires, everybody who had been slipping and sliding. And I think he's exactly right that this was more fuel strategy to get to lap 301 than it was with the rain. And so the rain aided us, but yet I felt like we had track position. I felt like my fire and desire was going to overcome anything today to get into victory lane. And once I saw that we were leading and we were out in front with 26 to go, that good old Kurt Busch jumped up on the wheel, and I told myself, don't let your team down. This is what you live for. This is what you race for, and that is to go to victory lane. And I'm happy to bring it home for Miller Lite and Dodge today.